Okay, so let's start. Am I audible to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And tell me whether my screen is visible or not.
Yes, sir. Your screen is visible.
Okay. So today we are going to see the practical number 4, that is the implement GRE tunnel, then implement with TP, that is the VLAN trunking protocol, and the implement NAT. So we know the concept of the NAT, we know the concept of the GRE tunnel, and also we know the concept of the VLAN. So basically, in this topic, what we are supposed to do, we are supposed to have one kind of configuration. We need to have configuration. Then will be we need to set the GRE connections or trunking protocol or trunking connections, and then we need to set the routing. So we are supposed to do these three things by today. So let us start. We have 3 bits to do: implement GRE tunnel, implement VTP, and implement NAT. So let's start. We are going to use a Cisco packet tracer for the implementation. Now, let us start implementing the first part, that is a GRE tunnel. GRE tunnel stands for the generic root routing encapsulation. It is nothing but the tunneling protocol which is developed by the Cisco system, which encapsulates the variety of network protocols that resides inside the network. Then VTP, that is VLAN trunking protocol, work for the LAN, and the last one is a NAT. So let us start. So this is all about the implementation. For GRE tunnel, we are supposed to use this kind of diagram. See here, we have 3 routers, we have 2 machines, we have total 4 machines and 2 switch. So let's start implementing the thing. 3 routers, 1, 2, 3, then 2 switch, and 2 machines. So I will connect these machines with switch, and then switch with router, and then with router with all the routers that we have. So let's start. Machine with switch, then switch with router, similar thing for the next network. Then I will connect the router. Okay, now let us see the addressing table. This is my addressing table. What I have 4 machines. One is having the default gateway as 192.168.1.1, and another is default gateway is 192.168.2.1. We need to connect the R1 with this kind of network, and then R1 will be connected to the other router. Similarly, R2 will be connected with 2 routers, and R3 will be connected, and we are supposed to place the GRE tunnel between those 2 nodes or those 3 routers. So let's start. PC0, desktop IP configuration. What is the IP? 1.2. So I will set it 192.168.1.2 and the default gateway is 1.1. Similarly, 192.168.1.3, 192.168.1.1, 192.168.2.2, 192.168.2.1 is the default gateway. And for the fourth machine, it will be 192.168.2.3 and 192.168.2.1. So I'm done with the configuration of all machines. Now I need to set or I need to do the configuration for router. So simply I will check for the connection. Just let me expand this. Fine. You can see this is the fast Ethernet 0/0. It's connected to fast Ethernet 0/3 of switch 0, or I will name it as a switch 1. Let us name it as a switch 2, machine 1, or let it be PC0, PC1, PC2, PC3, etc. Now I need to configure this kind of machine. So I need to configure this kind of router. So simply I will click on this router. I will go to the config. I will go to the fast Ethernet 0/0 and just give the default gateway over there. Make it on. So it will be converted into green. Do the same thing for the next one. Let me check for the connection. It is fast Ethernet 0/0. It is very important that you should configure the proper connection. Otherwise, you may get the problem regarding to the connectivity. So this is done. Okay. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And just tell me whether my screen is visible or not.
Yes, it's visible.
Okay. Today just I'm having some problem in networks. So I just got disconnected. So let us start. GRE stands for the generic routing encapsulation. So now you can see, I will just repeat the things. Fast Ethernet 0/0 is connected to the switch. Fast Ethernet 0/0 is again connected to switch. So I need to connect these 2 points. You can see 101 is connected to 00. So simply I will do that kind of connections with them. So I will use the IP address as 10.0.0.1 at one port and 10.0.0.2 at the second port. Similarly, I will use, just check, it is a fast Ethernet 0/1. So I will use 20.0.0.1 at the one port and 20.0.0.2 at the second port. So here I'm done with my connection. All the red dots are converted into the green triangles. So I have done, or I have completed my addressing table. Now what is my part? What I'm supposed to do? Just see here. Basically, you are supposed to set the routing protocol with the help of generic routing encapsulation, that is GRE, and we are supposed to set GRE tunnel. So basically, we are supposed to connect these two routers directly, and we are supposed to set the communication between these two routers. Now, in reality, it is not possible because we are supposed to use the virtualization over here. Now you can see, therefore, we have to configure the tunnel interface. Basically, tunnel interface is going to connect or going to communicate through R0. So we feel like that there is a connection between router 1 and router 2. So basically, after configuring this kind of connection, this kind of interface, we need to configure either any kind of routing. It may be the static routing, or it may be the any kind of RIP routing, or any kind of OSPF routing, or the BGP routing. So basically, we need to set up the routes, and I'm going to leave the last part to you because I want to know how you are good for the implementation. So I'm going to show you the tunnel implementation and whatever the part which is for the routing that you are supposed to do as your homework. So let us start without wasting the time. I need to set up the tunnels. So I will open the router 1, go to the CLI, enter, just exit. Now here I need to set the tunneling interface. So simply what I will do, I will type int, that is interface tunnel 1. Interface tunnel 1. Enter. Now it will ask for the configuration. So I will just set one random ID, one random IP address. So let me say IP address 50.50.50.1. Mask will be 255.255.2550. Okay, so I'm done with setting the tunnel IP addresses. Now there should be some kind of configuration that I have to do. So let us go back to the Word file. See, we need to specify tunnel source and the tunnel destination. So here you can see this is your tunnel. This is your GRE tunnel. You need to connect router 1 with router 2, but we do not have any kind of connection between router 1 and router 2. So the tunnel will go through router 0. Tunnel will go through router 0. So basically, we are supposed to consider the source and the destination. So just see here, what is your source? You can see the source is this port. That is a fast Ethernet 0/1, and the destination is this port, this IP address. I will just write down all the IP addresses over here. For this, I have 10.0.0.1. For this, I have 10.0.0.2. For this port, I will be having 20.0.0.1. And for this port, I will be having 20.0.0.2. So how I will go? I will just go through this port. Just focus on this concept. I need to use this port and this as a destination. So basically, port will be fast Ethernet 0/1. So this will be my source port, and destination will be 20.0.0.1. You can also consider this as a source because you are dealing with a simulator. But as of now, considering the concept, I will focus on this port. So just go back to the router. and just type tunnel source fast Ethernet 0/1. It is taking, and the tunnel destination will be 20.0.0.1. So exit, and I will just see show show IP, show IPBR, or just let me do show IP INTBR. So you can see we have tunnel 1, we have done the IP addresses. Yes, it is up, the status is up, but we do not have any kind of protocol. Therefore, the status here given as a down. So basically we need to set the routing. Either we need to set the RIP, OSPF, BGP, or either you need to set the route. So after setting those kinds of route, this will be turned into the up, and you are able to send or receive the messages. Now let's go back to the router 2. I need to do the same thing for router 2. So I will double click over there. Int tunnel 1. I need to give one more IP address, that is IP address 50.050.50.2, and the mask will be something like that, 255.255.255.0. Enter. Now again I need to specify the tunnel source and destination. So here the tunnel source will be this port. Tunnel source will be this port, and the tunnel destination will be this IP address. So simply I will do the thing as the required. So here tunnel source f/01, and the tunnel destination will be 10.0.0.1. Now I will just enter exit and show IP INTBR. So here you can see the tunnel 1, 2, the status is up, means status is on, and you can say it down. Now you can just fire no shutdown command over here. Conf t int tunnel 1 no shutdown, and similarly I will do the same thing for R2. Conf t int tunnel 1 no shutdown. So we are done with GRE tunneling. Now here there will be task for you. You are supposed to set the routing between these 3 routers. You can set the RIP, means either you can go to this router and go to the config, go to the RIP, and you can enter the IP addresses as per your requirement. I want to see what you are, or what is your try, or what you are trying to do, and how you are going to complete this practical, because now all the part is completed of this bit. Just one part is there, that is to set the routing. So PC0 will able to ping PC3 or PC2. So that part is up to you. This is your homework, and you are supposed to complete this practical and submit to me as the assignment. Or there is one more alternative. You can just write the IP route like this. So the IP route will be something from 192.168.1.0 will take through this kind of tunnel, and from here again you are supposed to consider the IP address and this tunnel. So one more way is write IP route, the IP address of this port, or the default gateway of this network, that is 192.168.1.0. Then there will be your subnet mask, and then the tunnel IP address, that is 50.50.50.1, and from here you will just write IP root 192.168.2.0 255.255.255.0, and you will write the IP tunnel IP address, that is 50.50.50.2. There is one more thing remaining. I'm not going to tell this. I want you to complete this practical and submit the assignment. So, any query in first bit of this practical? Any query in the first bit of this practical? Yes or no? Have you understood all the concept?
Hello.
Okay. So let us move to the next topic or the next topic. Sorry. Just speak loudly. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
हाँ सर मैं ये बोल रहा था कि मेरा सेकंड नहीं बरोबर था.
You are not audible to me.
Hello.
Okay, please type into the chat so I will reply. Okay, Mr. Sushil, please type whatever the query that you have in the chat box so I can reply. Let's wait for 2 minutes. Okay, so let's continue the next bit. The next practical is implement VTP. So here you can see the diagram for the VTP. We are supposed to use 4 switches actually. So there should be one will be working as a VTP server, one will be working as a VTP client, one will be working as a VTP transparent, and one will be working as a VTP client again. So let us start. New. Four switches, 2960. The switch number is 2960. That is the first switch. Switch number 1, switch number 2, switch number 3, and switch number 4. S1, S2, S3, and S4. I need to connect all the switches. Fast Ethernet 0/1 with fast Ethernet 0/1. Fast Ethernet 0/2 with fast Ethernet 0/1. And the 0/2 of switch 3 to 0/1 of switch S4. Let us wait for some time. Okay, it is converted into green. So now you can see we need to implement the VLAN trunking protocol. So basically just see here, it is a VTP server. Basically all these switches are working as a server. We need to shift it as a client. This is a transparent, so it is just like the breaking the chain over here. So whatever the updates that you are doing into the server, that will be reflected into the client, but that will not be reflected into the transparent, that is to this switch and this client. So this is our task. Because of this, because we are configuring this as a VTP transparent, so this is not liable to receive the updates, or it is receiving the updates, but it is not showing that kind of updates. So let us start. Let us start doing with the switch 1. CLI switch enable conf t, then interface F0/0, invalid number, it should be 1, interface F0/1. Then we need to make switch port into the trunk. So switch port, just remember this thing, switch port space mode trunk. So here you have made, or you have implemented the trunking protocol with this one command. So switch port mode trunk. Later on I will do the same thing for the next connection or to the next port, that is interface F0/2 switch port mode trunk. Just exit over here. Now I need to display the VTP status. So end and just see show VTP status. You can see we have applied the trunking protocol over here. You can see the VTP version is displayed over here. The VTP operating mode is server by default, and you can see the maximum VLAN supported is 255, so we can have that kind of connections over there. We do not have any kind of revision, therefore it is giving as a 0. Once you start updating this kind of switch, you will get, or that number will be changed. Now you can just let us make some changes. Let us go back into the configuration mode. Then we need to just configure the port F0/1. So interface F0/1, then VTP mode server. So device mode is already in VTP server. So basically it is been accepted. Then the next line, the next statement is we need to change the domain name. So to change domain name, we have VTP domain, VTP server. So here we do not have any kind of VTP domain name here. Now here, once we fire this command again, the name will come as a VTP server. Just enter. So here changing the VTP domain name from null to VTP server. And now let's go back and show VTP status. You can see the VTP server here. Now the domain name is VTP server. Now again, just go back into the configuration mode. And I will just go to the interface F0/1. And suppose if I want to set one virtual LAN port, so I will just write VLAN 10. And if I want to give the name to that particular LAN, I will just give the name as university. Now VLAN 10 is having a name university. So this is a port with a domain name as a university. Now let's go back and show VTP status. Now here you can see, as I have created one VLAN. So this is the one of the statement. So this is one of the activity, and then I have changed the domain name, or I have set the domain name for that particular VLAN. It is a second activity. So I have revised this protocol 2 times. Therefore, the number here is coming as a 2. So you can see here the configuration revision is coming as a 0, but I have fired 2 statement. Therefore, configuration revision is coming as a 2. You can also see here number of existing VLAN is 5, but as I have created one VLAN over here, the number is increased by 1, and now it is 6. So successfully I have created one VLAN, and even I can see show VLAN. Here you can see all the VLANs available. It is a 10 number VLAN, means it is created by me. It is a one VLAN of number 100. Second is something 10020, 10030, and 10040. So these are some numbers which are already available. One is more there. That is a 10050. We have just added one more VLAN over there. So this is the first task. Now let us do the same thing for the switch 2. Enable configuration terminal. Now here interface F0/1 switch port mode trunk, and now enter and show VTP status. Now you can see as it is a client, so basically it is receiving all the updates. So basically we have done the revision 2 times. We have created VLAN 1 more VLAN in S1, so it is also reflected over here. Now I need to change the mode of this VTP, and also need to change the name of this kind of VTP. So simply what I will do, I will just write VTP configuration terminal, VTP mode client. So now the device is converted into the client mode, and now again I will just show you the status. Show VTP show status. Now you can see, let's give the error. Let me check. Show VTP status. It is show VTP status. Now you can see the name operating mode is in client. Now also I can change the domain name. So simply I will go into the configuration mode again. Then I will just type in interface F0/1, and then I will type VTP domain VTP client. So the name is converted from VTP server to VTP client, and now we can create one more LAN over there. If you want, if you don't want to create LAN, it is also acceptable. So just enter show VLAN. So all the LANs will be displayed over here. Similar thing you are supposed to implement for switch S3. Enable configuration terminal, interface, let me check this interface, F0/1, F0/1, switch port mode trunk, then VTP mode transparent, and now let me see the VTP status, show VTP status. Now here you can see the configuration revision is again 0, though it is though both are connected, still it is showing as a 0 because I have set the VTP operating mode as a transparent. So again you can change your name, and also you can create the VLAN as per your requirement. Also for the fourth one, I will do the same thing. Enable configuration terminal, interface F0/1, switch port, mode trunk, and also I need to set the VTP mode as a client, and show VTP status. Here you can see we are also not able to see any kind of LAN available, or it is just disconnected because this port is a transparent. So this is going to isolate entire your network. So in any kind of communication, if you want to isolate your network, you need to switch your, or you need to set the mode of your switch into the transparent mode. So it's a very simple working of your VTP or implementation of VTP. So any query in this bit? Any query in this bit? If no, then we should proceed for the next one, that is a NAT. Any query? Fine. So let us proceed to the next point. That is the implementation of NAT. It is again the same thing. We are supposed to implement some kind of diagram or some kind of network. We need to set the addressing table, and we need to set some kind, just fire 2 or 3 commands. So it will just give you the NAT configuration. So you can see, let me open the Word file. You can see we require 2 routers, 2 switch, 2 machine, and 1 as a server. So let us start. 2 routers, then 2 switch, two machines, or okay, fine, 2 switch and 2 machines, and 1 server. So let us connect all those devices. Okay, and I will use a serial cable over here for the connection. I have shown you in last practical how to enable the serial ports. If 1841 doesn't have any kind of serial port, then we can enable those serial ports. So now let's start implementing the addressing table. For PC0 and the PC1, the default gateway is 1.1, and the IP addresses are 1.2 and 1.3. So let us start. 192.168.1.2. And similarly for the PC1, okay, so let us configure the server. That is a 1.2 and the default gateway is 1.1. One 172.16.1.2, 172.16.1.1. Now I need to set the R0, R1 and the, okay, just R0 and R1. Simply I will I will connect with the fast Ethernet 0/0 with the default gateway. And this one also will be connected. And now I need to connect these two ports. Serial 0/0, there is a 10.0.0.1. Give some clock rate over there. 10.0.0.2. I'm also giving some kind of clock rate over there. Now I will establish the connection between the server and this client. So I will go to the router, CLI, RIP. This one is 192.168.1.1 and this is 10.0.0.1. And also this will be, okay, I just want to apply the version 2. Similarly, I will do the same thing over here. Version 2. One 172.16.1.1 and 10.0.0.0. Let me see. Ping 172.16.1.2. Okay, I'm getting the reply. So you can see I'm connected with this server. So this is a normal connection. What is my task? I need to implement the NAT services over there. So basically I require some lines of code over there. So the NAT will be implemented. So let us start. Here I need to work with the fast Ethernet 0/0, then with the serial cable 0/0/0, and I will not do this part. Oh, okay, I need to do this part again because if I want to route with the NAT services, then I need to go or I need to set these commands also. So let us start with setting the NAT configuration. Basically, NAT stands for the network address translation. It is a method of mapping IP addresses space into the another by modifying the network. So you can see we need to set the NAT inside and the NAT outside. So for this network, here, if I'm taking this port F0/0, it will be taking the message inside the router, and this port will flow out the message outside the router. Similarly, this port will take message in and this will take message out. So similarly, both ports we are supposed to configure. So let us start doing with the first router. Go to the CLI, exit. So you will go to the config mode. And now just see the command interface fast Ethernet 0/0. So interface fast Ethernet 0/0. IP NAT inside is the command. So IP NAT inside. Then we need to configure the serial cable also. So similarly, I will go for the serial cable. just type exit int s0 / let me check the cable name 0/0/0 0/0/0 and it will be IP NAT outside. Fine. Now here I need to set the root, that is IP NAT inside source static 192.168.1.2 because I'm using the word static, so I need to focus on one machine only. So 10.0.0.1, that is it's the port number, the first port number, and then IP NAT inside for the second machine source static 192.168.1.3, that is 10.0.0.1. Similarly, IP NAT question mark outside destination. Let me check whether the destination is not available. So I will use same the source static 10.0.0.1 to 10.0.0.2. Okay. Similar thing that I have to do for the next router. So here I am creating the traffic from the one machine to the port of the first router, creating the traffic from the second machine to the port of that particular first router, and also I am creating the traffic from the outside port which is connected, and this is the port of the second router. So basically I have completed my NAT configuration for router 1. So now I will do the exit, and here I will type show IP NAT BR. Show IP NAT statistics. Let us see. So you can see, as I have done two translations. One, outside interface is a serial 0/0/0 and the fast Ethernet is 0/0. Now I do not have any kind of configuration, so it is just coming as a Mrs. 11. So there is no any kind of configuration over there. So in this way I have done with the router 0. I will explain it again. Just see, the message will come from this machine to the switch, and from switch to this router, then from this machine to the switch, and from this switch to this router. So basically I need to fire a code like this. Just check IP NAT inside, so static 192.168.1.2 and 10.0.0.1, which is this port. Similarly, the NAT inside source means from this machine and from this one. Now this will be inside, so the message will be transferred to this port, and now you need to just export that message. So for that purpose you require IP NAT outside source static 10.0.0.1 and 10.0.0.2. Similarly, that message will be transferred over here, and this router will take the actually whatever the means what kind of actions that is required, that will be taken by this router, and your message will be received to the server. Now let me see, let me check for the ping. Okay, the ping is coming because I have done one thing. I have set the RIP protocol also, so definitely the ping will come automatically. Similar thing, if you want to just do the reverse thing, then you also have to configure this router, and after configuring this router, there will be a two-way communication. Means server will also able to send the message with NAT. You can do this as your practice, but if you are configuring only one router, that is sufficient. So any query in practical or bit 3? See, basically, what we are trying to do, we are just trying to find out the alternatives. Okay, what will happen if this port is broken? Okay, for example, now we just have only 2 routers. There will be a many collection of routers. Means, for example, the plan behind the GRE tunnel, the plan behind the VTP, the plan behind this kind of NAT is to find the alternative. Means, if you got any kind of disturbance or if you got any kind of disconnection, still you can just do so you can just form this kind of NAT. So there will be the mapping of the addresses, and still you should able to receive your message from router 1 or from source to destination. This is the only way. In the next practical, we are also going to connect the 2 ports from one devices. It is only for the purpose of backup. Now just see here, GRE also used for the same purpose, VTP is also used for the same purpose, and NAT is also used for the same purpose. What we were doing in kind of static configuration, we were connecting 3 routers. Now this is the router 1, this is the router 2, and this is the router 3. So after connecting all 3 routers, suppose if this link is getting some failed, then definitely still R1 was able to communicate with R3 through this concept. But now we are not configuring 3rd line, we are just configuring only 2 lines. So our diagram will look like this: R1, R2, and R3. Still, we are able to have the connection between R2 and R3 with the help of R1, but message will not go to the R1, or message physically will not go to the R1. It will go to the virtually. It will be just like that. There is a virtual path between R2 and R3. So if we want to set up the virtual path between the R2 and R3, we are supposed to do all those things. What is the use of the virtualization? To find out or to carry a communication in a better way. And for that purpose, we are doing all those kinds of activity. I hope your query is solved. Any more query? If no, then we will stop over here. I will upload this video, and so you can start doing your practicals. Okay, if you don't have any kind of query, you can leave this meeting.